Hello, we will be talking about map work in this video. Before starting the video, we would like to explain why is map work important. While attempting questions during your board exams or civil service exams, you will come across map work questions which are generally about different soil types of India, thermal plants in India, major seaports of India, mineral distribution of India, or locating the major historical places in India. Such map work questions can easily fetch you 5 to 10 marks, but before attempting such questions, one has to be clear about the difference between the political and the physical map of India. Political map. Political maps show borders, cities, states, capitals, population, the whole world, or just contingents. Suppose a person is taking a trip to another country and is not aware of the routes. So in such cases, the scale of the map can be used to locate the place of interest in any country. On the other hand, physical map. Physical maps are pictorial representations of relief features like mountains, plateaus, valleys, water bodies such as rivers, streams, oceans, and much more. Example, these maps are useful for pilots when they are flying over valleys and mountains, and also for the mountaineers to get to the right direction if they suddenly feel lost. Before moving further, it is important for us to understand the physiography of India, which is divided into 5 parts: the Himalayan mountain, the northern plain, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, which are divided into western coastal plain and eastern coastal plain. Now, we'll be explaining the physiography of India. We'll be starting with the northern plains or the Himalayan mountains. These mountains stretch from Indus in the west to the Brahmaputra in the east. These are one of the highest and the uneven mountains. The Himalayan mountains are subdivided into 4 parts. The first is the Trans-Himalayas, which is in the north, and the main important ranges in this are Karakoram Range, Ladakh Range, and Zanskar Range. Then we have the Greater Inner Himalayas. It is the most continuous range, and most of the time it's covered with snow. Prominent ranges in this are Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. Then we have the Lesser Himalayas, which consist of the famous Valley of Kashmir and Kangra Kulu Valley of Himachal Pradesh. Important range in this is Dhauladhar. Then we have the Eastern Hills and Mountains. These are mainly in the northeastern states. Important hills in this are Naga Hills, Patkai Hills, and Mizo Hills. The Himalayas can also be classified on the basis of geographical locations, which are Punjab Himalayas, Kumaon Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas, and Assam Himalayas. Now, we'll be explaining the second physiographic feature of India, which is the northern plain, formed by the interplay of 3 major river systems, Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra, covered with rich alluvial soil and has adequate water supply, which makes the climate favorable for agriculture. Divided in 3 sections: the Indus plain, the Ganga plain, and the Brahmaputra plain. Now, we'll be talking about the third physiographic feature of India, which is the Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau is triangular in shape, surrounded by hills and shallow valleys. It is composed of the oldest rocks, as it drifted away from the Gondwana land. The Peninsular Plateau is divided into 3 parts: the Central Highlands, Deccan Plateau, and Chota Nagpur. First, we have the Central Highlands. They lie in the north of the Narmada River and cover the major portion of the Malwa region. The rivers in this region flow from southwest to northeast, which indicates the slope of the region. Then, we have the Deccan Plateau. It is the longest plateau in India, and it covers up most of the southern part of the country. Lies in the south of the Narmada River. It is between 2 mountain ranges, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. Then, we have the Chota Nagpur. The Chota Nagpur Plateau is a plateau in eastern India, which covers much of Jharkhand Strait as well as adjacent parts of Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar, and Chhattisgarh. Now, we'll be talking about the fourth physiographic feature of India, which is the Indian desert. The Indian desert lies in the western part of the India, and this area gets insufficient rain. This area covers some major portions of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. Now, we'll be talking about the fifth physiographic feature of India, which is the coastal plains. The coastal plains are divided into western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. We'll be starting with western coastal plains. Western coastal plains begin at Gujarat in the north and end at Kerala in the south, including the states of Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. The western coastal plains are mainly divided in Kathiawar coast, Konkan coast, Kannada coast and Kanyakumari coast. Now, we'll be talking about the eastern coastal plain. The eastern coastal plain lie between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. It starts from Tamil Nadu in the south to West Bengal in the north. It is mainly divided in Utkal coast, Andhra coast and Coromandel coast. Now, we'll be talking about commonly asked history map book questions. We'll start with the important sessions of Indian National Congress. But before starting, one should know what were INC sessions. INC sessions led to the course of national movements as well as reforms in India. Consequently, the resolutions passed in the INC sessions reflected in the political reforms brought about by the British government in India. The first session was held in 1885 in Bombay. Then it was held in Calcutta in September of 1920. Then in Nagpur in December of 1920. Then in Madras in 1927. And then last in Lahore in 1929. Now, we'll talk about important centers of Indian national movement, non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. The important centers for these movements were, first, Amritsar, where Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened. Then, we have Champaran. Champaran district of Bihar was the place where Mahatma Gandhi launched his Champaran peasant movement or Champaran Satyagraha to help the indigo farmers. Then we have Ahmedabad. Mahatma Gandhi launched his second Satyagraha movement here to help the Ahmedabad mill workers. Then we have Kheda. Kheda is the place where Mahatma Gandhi launched his third Satyagraha movement to help the peasants from paying high taxes to the British government. Then we have Chauri Chaura. Chauri Chaura is the place where protesters participating in the non-cooperation movement clashed with police who opened fire. Then we have Bardoli. Bardoli is the place where civil disobedience movement started. Now, we'll talk about commonly asked geography map book questions. We'll start with distribution of soil type in India. So as you can see in the map, green portion shows the forest and mountainous soil covered area. Light green color portion shows alluvial soil distribution. Pink portion shows the red and yellow soil distribution. Light blue color portion shows black soil distribution. Light pink color portion shows the laterite soil distribution. Yellow portion shows the arid soil distribution in India. Now, we'll talk about major seaports of India. Map book questions from this is usually about locating and labeling the important seaports. Now, we'll talk about the major railway stations in India. They are New Delhi, Lucknow, Secunderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai Central, Coimbatore, Thiruvananthapuram, Kharagpur, Vashi, Mura. Now, we'll discuss about the major mineral distribution in India. The red sign is for lead and zinc distribution. Square sign is for copper. Triangle is for bauxite. Circle is for iron. Plus sign is for manganese. Green sign is for gold. Black dot is for coal. Now, we'll discuss about the major waterways in India. As you can see in the map, the pink line shows the identified waterways. The blue line shows the declared waterways. The blue and pink line shows the under construction waterways. And the red and white line shows the Indo-Bangladesh Protocol route.